With the future of Earth and Moon hanging in the balance, Castle Black loomed larger than ever. Inside, Kuturo must face his mortal enemy, the Moon Bear King. The final battle draws near. It's the beginning of the end, folks.
This is it. The final level. Let's do this.
Now back to Kuturo's tale. Ah, fate. As the forces of light and darkness said Marco, what could the moon say but Polo? The bitter struggle for power between the shimmering castle Waxwane and the shadowy castle Grizzlestein had reached a healthy boil. Hero and tyrant would soon have their final showdown. At stake were not just one boy's fate, but the fate of the whole moon, and the Earth, and the sun, and galaxy, and... well, let's just say he better not mess up. Now it just so happens, Kuturo and Picarina weren't the only ones who had refused to give up on the White Castle.
A battle be brewing, me hearties! Man the long toms! Raise those mizzen masts! Look alive, me buckos! There be no getting the Davies now! Aim for the Black Castle! Where be my coxswain? Yin Yang! Faster! Put your back in it!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Me buxom beauty Esma Potts has need of her able seamen. Fire! Fire!
Thanks to Kuturo, the White Castle had been restored. And now the stage was set for their epic clash with Castle Grizzlestein.
Wait, what? We're playing this? This is amazing.
Kuturo, me lad! Why haven't you stormed the enemy vessel?
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Alright, fine. We'll do it. Since you're obviously not gonna.
Handsomely now. Trajectory locked.
Oh dear.
Fire!
Yeah, now I'm ready to go. Cool. Yeah, oh my god. That was awesome.
Straight and true, me lad.
Genuinely startled me, but good stuff.
Kuturo
Yeah.
busted right into the Black Castle's drive chamber. Destroying this section ought to stop Grizzlestein in its tracks.
Alright. It's crazy, it's already the end. I don't want it to end, it's been such a wonderful journey, but all good things must... oh dear. All good things must end eventually, and this is the end of this good thing. So... yeah, I did not do this well. There we go. Oh, I lost my hat. Oh! The orange bits were hot. That didn't really sink in, if I'm being honest. But, oh well, that's fine, it happens, I suppose. I didn't want to lose the White Castle head, but I guess I have. Ooh.
What?
I need to pull this. Ooh.
There must be a way out.
I see what you want me to do. I need to be higher up, right? Yeah, I do.
This calls for a super slam.
Yeah. Ah! Although I'm surprised that worked. I thought I was definitely going to hit the electrified cog, but no, we're good. We're good. I can't remember how many souls we had saved prior to this level, but I think we're doing well. You know.
The further into the Black Castle they wandered, the bigger the gears seemed to get. Was the castle itself resisting them?
Oh, that was close. There we go. Oh, look, there's like a pause and play button on the cogs. I wonder if that's going to come into play. Oh boy.
It's not our fault we're stuck at a stoplight.
This is kind of cool. There we go. I see. Oh, that's not good. Am I in trouble? Yep. Any chance you can change it back? Okay, so I sort of hovered over it and pressed R2. Did it just turn green as soon as I did that by pure chance? Because that's amazing if that is the case. Because it did it as soon as I pressed R2. Like the exact millisecond. Oh, I just realised I've not got full heads. Need to fix that. This is interesting. Mildly scary, but interesting. Okay, so I need to hurry. Hurry a little faster. Oh, okay, it doesn't actually hurt you unless you touch the sides. I see. I thought it was just gonna hurt in general. But no, it's just touching the electrified bits. Gotcha. That's better. This is cool! Whoa.
Well done, me bucko! I knew you had it in you!
The Moonbear King is not gonna like that.
But there was no time to celebrate.
Trajectory locked! Fire!
And off our hero blaster toward his grisly target.
This is great. Here we go. Oh, I missed badly. I thought I had a lot more time.
But there was no time to
Whoops.
celebrate.
Trajectory locked!
Okay, noted. I won't try any fancy tricks this time. I will snip a lot earlier.
Grisly target.
It was only incredibly embarrassing. Don't worry about it. There we go.
That smokestack looks like a way in.
It sure does.
Sure enough, the smokestack led right into the engine.
Ooh. I will take this. Hey, you got the castle back.
It took the
I'm gonna switch to the dinosaur so we don't lose it again.
fire to keep this castle stoked. Kutaro jumped over to the cylinders and cut through the belches of smoke.
Ooh, how do I get through this? Oh, it stops. Gotcha.
Are those grubs hanging there? Correction. X-grubs?
Sure.
The black castle
Oh.
used
Oh.
trolleys to transport
Are they lungs or no? Maybe not. I thought they were just lungs or something, which is creepy, but maybe not.
Kutaro slid down the trolley rails.
It'd be a bit dark for this game, just be like, yeah, no, here's a pair of intestines. A pair of intestines. Yeah, you know. Yeah, no, a pair, exactly as I said. This is neat! Oh no.
Waited just past
Ah!
the pipes.
We've got company. Hurry!
I have made mistakes. Yes, do you see where the mistakes were made? Because I do. Yeah, we were supposed to speed up the, all of that. Okay, lesson learned. Let's go a lot faster this time, shall we?
We've got company.
Who needs
Hurry!
points when it's all about survival? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's scary. Ah! Mm-hmm.
A makeshift barricade? Like that'll save them.
This is cool. I've only got one head, so I'm going to need to be careful here. Yeah, there we go. I'll take a new head! Excellent, it's Mr. Pink, my favourite. Okay, where are we heading? I mean, obviously there, but apart from that...
Oh man, I am roasting. Didn't we burn enough calories in an ouch? Oh,
Woo!
don't get too close.
That was mildly scary. Okay, I see what we're doing. This is cool. Yeah, there we go. One more, presumably. Oh, I missed. Okay. In you go. In you go. In you go. No, okay, we missed. We just flat out missed.
Chuck a bomb in when the door opens.
Oh no, I got that bit. It's just executing it, which is the hard bit. There we go. Are we done? Yeah, I think we're done now.
As my pots, me sweet, See how me cannons blast for thee.
Just rank, you stupid castle!
Patience, love. Kutaro will save ye. Aye.
Save your own dang witch!
What?
Crawl into a can. Ah! Look out for the thunderclouds! They'll sizzle us in a second!
Okay. Cool. Well, they weren't that much of a problem, if I'm being honest. Ugh! I was very concerned about what was going on. Okay, we're good. Oh. Ah, I see. That's pretty cool. Yoink, I'll take that. And you may die as well. In a sec.
What's this painting on the wall? A grub?
Oh. Yeah, we don't have their head. Yeah, we don't have a grub head. Oh, I didn't know you could get a grub head. That's cool.
A conveyor belt?
I wonder if you'll be able to get a Moonbear King head.
Or it'll carry you away.
Probably.
This mechanism enabled the Black Castle to
Here we
auto
go.
reload its cannons.
No wonder they're able to keep pounding us.
I see. How? Ooh. Okay, we got this. There we go. Look at that. Easy-ish.
A ninja bomb ought to make short work of those explosives.
Yeah. Do we need to, though? I mean, yeah, it does the trick, doesn't it? It just makes it easier, I guess. Yeah, okay, I'm beginning to see why you would want to use the ninja bomb. Okay, fair enough. I understand the point, yes. I mean, this is such a cool final level. But what's the boss going to be like? Everything we've been working towards.
Howard Grizzlestein's weaponry. A mishap here would blow the whole castle sky high.
That's it! Keep it up! Kotaro, careful! Your footing! Almost there!
I'm good. Feeling confident.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I lost a head in the process, but who cares? We're fine.
Okay, now run! We're gonna get caught in the blast!
The Black Castle was just a sneeze away from a massive explosion. Were Kutaro and Picarino going to make it?
It's right on top of us! Go, go, go!
I'm working on it.
I see the exit! You can do it!
Yeah, I guess this would be impossible if you weren't using your, like, fast snipping ability.
Between Castle Waxwane's fusillades and Kutaro's own efforts, the Black Castle had finally screeched to a halt. Its ramparts ruptured and baileys blazed, and the victors' cheering echoed through its dying hall.
Whoa! But hold on! The Moonbear King is still in there! We have to finish him off or the children will never get their souls back. And Kotaro, neither will you!
So you destroyed my castle. Big deal. Who needs a castle when I am already invincible?
Poor little bear.
You are in no position to pity me. I am all powerful.
And what does that achieve? It won't fill the emptiness in your heart. You have no friends you trust, no family to love, no subjects who love you back. You're still just the lonely little bear you've always been. Power changes nothing.
I don't need love. My subjects and soldiers, and the people of the moon, and the children of the earth, serve just one purpose: to feed my hunger.
What the devil? That's cheating!
Now, Kutaro had done a lot of growing up during his journey, but the tyrant had just one-upped him in a big way. And unfortunately, 'tis mathematically proven that nastiness is directly proportional to body mass. Once again, the Moonbear King loomed before our hero. His sheer size alone puts small mountains to shame.
I'll devour the whole moon!
Okay, this is kind of scary. I see what you want me to do.
How are we supposed to face him like this?
Something like that. Oh, wow, that looks like it hurt.
Why, you?
It worked! A little.
Oh, I was hoping that would work a little bit better. Do it. No, you don't. Yeah, that would really hurt. And yet I don't care. You deserve it.
Bottoms of his feet? Hit back with a bomb!
Have been. Oh, nice. Did we get 2 there? Oh, no, we got all of them. Lovely. What is that? I don't know. My head. There we go. Oh, hello. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, this is cool. Oh, wow. Are we chopping off your leg? It does look like that's what we're about to do. I feel mildly bad. Not that bad, though. You are the villain!
The boy was a whirlwind, and at last, the tyrant bent the knee.
Try Calibris on for size, you monster!
This proves nothing! I'm still the lord of all the universe!
That's it, Taro! One
Oh,
step
no.
at a time. We have to free all the children!
This is really cool.
I know what you're thinking, but it won't work!
Actually, I'm pretty sure it will.
Cheeky little whelp!
No. Where's my head? Hey, my head! My head! Is that bad that I didn't get your belly? Mildly. Manageable. There we go. Let's get ya. Oh, this is gonna really hurt, man. I love the size and scale of it. It's brilliant. Oh, did I get hit in the middle of that? I think I did. Not what I meant to have happen, but nothing I can do about that. Oh my god. Ooh, that was close. Oh no. I keep getting hit. That's really bad. That is not good. For I only have 1 head left.
The quote-unquote all-powerful tyrant was getting taken apart at the seams by Calibris. Soul after soul slipped out of its stuffed carcass.
That's it! Keep it up! Well, you give up?
No, not until I devour everything!
No, my head. Yes. Yes, there we go. I need a head. There we go. Got a spare head. I'm happy about that. Ah! Lovely. And another head for me, thank you. Just for good measure. I love this is everything we've learned throughout the game. It's brilliant.
You've gotta be careful. The red ones are so hot.
I can probably work that out, yeah. There we go. Sucks to be you. Oh, wait. There. Time to take out your arms. Oh, I mean, this has got to really hurt, let's be real. But it's fully deserved. And I love you. Now, goodbye.
Oh man! I think he's gonna cry.
The tyrant was in tatters. He hardly looked like a king at all now.
You lady. I can't have the universe, or even the moon sea. Then at least I'll destroy you!
Careful! He's desperate!
I can see that. Aha, I see what we're doing. Yeah, we all know where this is going. What a wonderful boss to really highlight everything we've learned throughout this adventure. One more. I mean, it's amazing you're still fighting, given that you're just ahead at this point. But I think it's time to say goodbye, Moonbear King. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why, Kuturo? Why do you ruin? Kuturo! All I wanted was the moon. You think? Wait, I didn't. All I wanted was the moonstones! Die! I hate you! No, that wasn't it either!
Well, what the heck did you want? I hope it was worth it!
Silence! All I wanted. All I wanted was... Kuturo! What was it?
Oh, yes! The goddess! Oh, I'm so glad you're safe!
Thank you, Kotaro. You were very brave.
Ah!
Ahoy! Where be me fair Esma?
Right here, Romeo.
Ah, no!
the Moon Witch, Esma Potts, is really the Moon Goddess. Didn't we go over this?
No, you mangy feline, we didn't!
Well, it's your fault for not asking.
When the Moonstone was shattered, my memories and powers were jumbled, and I was transformed. Captain Gaff, I shall never forget your kind attentions.
Soften me timber, the one perfect beauty in this hideous world. Gone! All be darkness! I'm not done with you yet. I don't need power.
The children's. They were my only friends.
Kulturo!
What are you doing?
What's the meaning of this?
You want to be my friend? Really?
You're lying! I will not be mocked if you're really my friend. You can stay here forever. You are.
Kotaro, get the Black Moonstone from Little Bear. We have to set things right again. Little Bear, that power is too much for you. Give it back.
But without this, I'm nothing. I'd just be me. Would you still be my friend? Pals to the bitter end. Oh, Kutaro.
And so the two moonstones were joined together, light and shadow waxing and waning in balance, the way the night sky had always meant them to.
Don't fret, one little head. You have grown to 100 times the boy you used to be. So big is your soul that your old head would hardly fit.
Quite right.
Kutaro, how will we stay friends if you're going far, far away?
Hush now, little bear. You have a friendship, and that is a ship that can sail anywhere. Once tight, always tight. We'll always be friends, even the goddess.
Really? I must remain impartial.
I suppose she'd rather consort with stuffed animals in her magic castle. Poor thing.
I heard that.
And so Kutaro's journey to save the moon came to a grand and joyous conclusion.
Yeah! Come back to me, Esma Potts, flower of the moon. Would that I could pluck you again. Davy Jones, take me. Me world be hellfire.
For most of the parties concerned.
Ooh, I got my head back. Nice. Oh man, what a great game. I like that you can speed up the credits by going along here. That's actually quite cool. Man, I really enjoyed this. This was such a great game. Everyone who worked on this did a phenomenal job. It's just such a creative experience. It's really impressive. Like, there's so much that happens in every single level that just blew me away. It's awesome. But yeah, what a great experience this was. I hope you enjoyed watching too, because yeah, like this game has been on my mind for a couple of years now. Like, I've said in many streams and videos that I'm gonna play this one day. And I'm just like, you know what, no, now's the time. And man, it was worth the wait. It really was. It really, really was worth the wait. It's astonishing. Oh, wow. Yeah, this was just... Yeah, I don't have words. It made me so happy. Like, when there's something that's been on your mind for years, you're like, oh, there's no way this could possibly live up to it. You know, it's been so long. Like, you've been hyping yourself up to play it. But it really was. It really was worth the wait. Genuinely. Like, it was so good. That's a very, very special gift that this game is. And hopefully more people will hear about it and play it and share it, because it's just wonderful. But yeah, Japan studio is changing, and I wouldn't say for the better. So who knows what's going to happen now. Hopefully we'll get more creative games like this. Hopefully it's not completely separated. But there's no way to know. Let's be real, if that was an actual play, you would be exhausted by the end. Like, practically dead, exhausted.
Come one, come all.
Oh man.
Welcome to the
Well, I'm going to... Oh! Act 1, Cut 1. Is all the levels unlocked, or is it like a New Game Plus kind of thing? Okay, no, they're still unlocked. The credits have been added to Act 7. Lots of hard-working folks help make Puppeteer. Now you can pretend you care about them anytime you like. I do care about them, genuinely. I know most people don't. I do sit through the credits, and I look at every name. I won't remember most of them, or all of them, but I appreciate their work. Like, I'll never remember the names, there's too many, but they worked so hard, all of them, every single one of them. On a game like this, and especially when the credits are so short, you just have to appreciate it. But, yeah, no. It's pretty cool. But let's look at our head collection, shall we? We've got a lot of heads to look through. I think it's pretty cool. Let's get an act. Oh, yeah, we didn't find many, admittedly. Oh, hero heads. Oh. Okay, we'll go to Act 1 first. Okay, so number 1. On account of Spider Babies miraculously cranked out in the Tower of Tribulation by the Darwinian champion of her mother, she helps keep. She helps one of her myriad eyes on each of them. No, she keeps. I can't read. Mother knows best after all. Sure, she occasionally mistakes one for dinner and devours it, but Mother knows best. Of course, yeah, no, I get it. The bony noggin of some fool who defied the Moonbear King's skulls are a dime a dozen in Castle Black and don't offer much in the way of resale value. After all, who needs a second skull? Unless they're servers or something. But then they're likely to hound you for a third. I like that we get to appreciate all of them. A wayward burger, I thought it said bugger, in the Black Castle's kitchen. No one knows how it got there, but the 100% beef patty, fresh tomato slice, lettuce, and cheese look a million times better than the Moon Witch's usual culinary torture. Use the head action to transform the witch's sandwich into a double burger! Yum! Didn't find that one. Symbol on the pot yields to power of their lives. Oh, it tells you where they are! That's brilliant! A clever bat who only picks fights he can win. Back when the Moon Goddess was in power, he swore to defend the night from evil, but the moment she was gone, he played his Creature of the Dark card and got in the Tyrant's good graces. Really, so far, he's batting 1,000. Ah, the banana! a sweet fruit from the moon tropics that trumps Earth bananas in both flavour and peel slippage. Given time, it ripens to full moon size, but it tastes best in crescent shape. The tyrant prefers those to the witch's cooking, and scatters the peels everywhere, leading to tragic accidents. See skull. Oh, right. Amazing. Oh, and you can turn it around, that's cool. I like that. That's pretty neat. Let's see what we got here. We got a crown! A bespoke diadem the Moonbear King had crafted after he conquered the Moon Realm. Originally, the crowns were specialised. Battle crown, dinner crown, bath time crown, emergency crown, crown in case of emergency, crown breakage, etc. Most of these were cast aside, but this one transformed into a head. Aww. The Iron Ball, the weapon of a brave warrior who rebelled against the Moonbear King. One by one, grubs were smashed upon its mighty spikes and came to fear the Ball of Pain. But after the nameless hero tossed it at a weaver and caught it with his face, fear got a new name. The Ball of Lame! None dare touch it now. Ah. The Winkin, the eldest of 3 brothers, Kutaro met in the kitchen. He loved soccer and juggled like a champ. A born slacker like his brothers, Winkin often hid in barrels to slip out on work. But the calibers were stolen and Pooh hit the proverbial fan. The poor lad wound up guillotine fodder during his final escape. And his guillotine, a giant decapitator the Moonbear King had special made. Its blade is so sharp and sure that the victims feel no pain. Its cuts are so clean that you could stick the 2 pieces back together like nothing ever happened. The guillotine is often tested on carrots and features mince, grate, and julienne modes. Nice. Picarina! A top-billed performer whose winsome turns as a child prodigy put the magical theatre on the map and saved it from bankruptcy. A demanding perfectionist, she retreated from the limelight and in university and relearned her craft. She's been known to pack on pounds and even learn other languages for her roles. You know what? I respect that. That's a lot of work. Pretty cool. Act 2. Wow, we didn't find many heads in Act 2, did we? A cherry tree that changed history. When an honest boy destined to become king tried to chop it down, the tree's bark shattered the boy's axe and all his confidence with it. The young man never recovered, and his mighty dynasty was claimed instead by an apple tree killer who pinned the crime on someone else. And we got the drums! A fine underwater drum by a master Kapagaru craftsman. Since its dedication to the Moonwitch Shrine, it has been sounded at every Lake Sadras festival. The rot-resistant body is made of lakewood, and the skin, well, the craftsman left no record, but Kapagaru get goosebumps at every stroke of the drum. I do love all of the little, like, just how much detail is in every head and, like, their abilities. A baby Kapagaru. All Kapagaru raise their young by keeping them inside their mouths, so if you happen to see a mother devouring her sprogs, don't get too bent out of shape. Think of it this way, the lucky few who fall down the hatch get to be that much closer to their mother. Sure, let's go with that. Act 3! I found a lot more that time. Fishing rod. A limited edition magic-horrific marine fishing rod. Light and supple. This baby is still steady enough to reel in everything from guppies to giant sea monsters. With this plus magic-horrific marine fishing line sold separately. You're sure to be a master angler in no time. Yes, I'm sure you are. Look at that. Shark! A moonshine sea mobster. In peacetime, this species was endangered, but once krakens and pirates and Moonbear Kings scared all the fishermen off, sharks took over in a big way. Their turf wars, family honour, and bitter betrayals have inspired movies, novels, video games, and a whole generation of shark pups. Aww. A magic chest that prevents anyone but the owner from extracting its contents. When treasure does escape, the chest finds it and gobbles it up again. It even accidentally devoured the daughter of the billionaire who ordered it. Perhaps the biggest return on his investment considering tuition these days. Ooh, a gem. Mine, my gem. Squid. The god of the sea's most trusted drones, the older fin-powered models and newer jet-propelled models are due to be replaced by next-gen rocket squid, but a string of tragic explosions have kept the project mired in the prototype phase. A squid's penalty for mission failure is swift sushification. Octopus, a stickler for tradition and quality who quit his chef's job at Trident Sushi after a spat with his boss, the god of the sea. Things looked better at the Kraken Sushi, where he was given a stake in the business, but he quickly tired of his partner's profits first mindset. Still, nobody rolls octopus like an octopus. Submarine! A bathtub-ready remote control version of the Moontulus for ages 3 to 10. However, the intellectually stimulating button makes sub go up, button makes sub go down action scores almost as high among older customers with a Peter Pan complex. The packaging reads Yellow Tubmarine. I love these descriptions, they're so good. Yeah, I missed so many. It is incredible how many there actually are. A burrow-digging relative of the mouse and squirrel, Earth's prairie dogs are highly organized creatures who post sentries and converse using elaborate calls. They have nothing on their moon cousins who establish R&D details and even PR departments to push their pan-cosmic agenda of furry adorableness. Aww. A well-preserved T-Rex skull found in a lunar canyon, convinced the fossil would prove Tyrannosaurids originated on the moon, the theatre proprietor tried presenting this wild theory to academic circles. He was laughed from the room. "That's a prop," they snorted. "It says right here, made in Canada." Oh my god, the face. A wandering mariachi's beloved guitar, imbued with Latin spirit, it allows even a blockhead like Kutaro to play passionate, sensual melodies. Plus, proven fact, guitars help you get dates. If you can't land a date playing the guitar, imagine how hard it would be if you picked an oboe or something. You know what? That's a fair point. The Gunslinger Weaver's prize revolver, Cosmo Lunatic Special, aka the Gag Maker. The chamber holds six cartridges, the last of which is reserved for a party favour, also known as the Barrel of Laughs. The Weaver never got to the punchline, however. He reloaded after every 5th shot. A cute little steam locomotive made by the owner of the Transwastental Railway for his beloved son because the boy wanted something huggable. The completed product didn't exactly conform to rail standards, but thanks to vocal supporters, it found a new home at a theme park where children ride it every day. Aww. Why not make it a duet? Interesting. A super weapon designed by Grizzlestein Rocket Research during the Tyrant's War on the Moon Goddess. The conflict ended before it was finished, but rocket technology found new life in peaceful applications like fireworks. Sometimes the fireworks were fired toward the Tyrant. All accidents, of course. Yes, I know, of course, I believe you. Certified Moonwood beef, General Bull's tender stomach never fared well with all of the red meat in the wild waste cuts, so he turned to milk-fed Moonwood beef. His wife thought it was a waste of money, especially with the price drop in horse meat. He accused her of being an ass, and nobody wanted to eat that. Act 5. Oh, we did not get many. Oh, there were loads in Act 5. The absurd fate of an unlikely fool who ate the wrong candy. General Monkey's plan was ingenious. Trick people into eating his pumpkin treats. Once they turned into pumpkin monsters, he could make the useful ones his slaves and convert the rest into more treats. It was maniacal. That's a word I can't say. Recycling at its best. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's maniacal, but a pumpkin maniacal. There we go. A petite candy cottage. Sometimes you want a chow candy house, but can't manage an American colonial. This more doable cottage is made with real cottage cheese, and since it was shrunk using the latest thermodynamic technology, you're guaranteed to get all of the calories with minimal chewing. Yum, I think. Ah, yes, Nebula. The daughter of a cattleman who gave generously to the magical theatre. The role of Nebula Oblongata was added to the script just for her. A true country gal, she doubled as a dialect coach backstage, but despite warming to the troupe, she struggled to wrap her head around her bizarre character. She was awesome, I loved her. A Halloweenville spook who used to be one of the town's scariest. But once the Moonbear King gave the locals a real taste of death, the farmer guy in the mangy robe just didn't seem as scary. Mr. Reaper later tried to sue the Weaver who stole his routine. Good luck winning in the Tyrant's Court of Law. An automaton designed by General Monkey. Most robots to date have been monkey-see, monkey-do affairs, so these newer creations were given AI and the power of independent thought. The major hitch didn't reveal itself until mass production. All the robots were being independent in exactly the same way. Pretty cool. Yeah, there were loads we didn't get. What was the last one out of curiosity? You can reach him if you can ground him. Well, I actually have to ground pound, but I don't know where. Yeah, we did badly on getting everything, but that's fine. Clock! One of the Land of Time's much vaunted magical wind-up alarm clocks. The intricate gears are meant to be showy, but they don't actually lock together in any meaningful way. Magic does all the spinning. The alarm bell is so loud it knocks people unconscious mere seconds after waking them up. A devious invader from the planet Asteris. Because he has no neck, his entire body has been misappropriated as a head. While this conveniently allows him to pursue his moon invasion agenda undetected, he is struggling to work out the logistics of firing a death laser while attached to someone else. Yeah, that's fair enough. But very pretty. Topiary, a fearsome predator whose spores cling to animals like pollen and eventually cover the skin, propagating like moss or fungus. After germinating, they encase the victim in greenery and gradually begin sucking it dry of nutrients. Only external intervention can save the shrubbified victim. Oh, that's adorable. A herbivorous lunar dinosaur. They maintain the reputation of a peaceful creature. Not true. Lunar triceratops are vicious reptiles who rapidly reproduce via mitosis and raise their planes, murdering every last shrub and root with their powerful murder horns. In the moon realm, they are hated vermin. Oh no. A ghastly flyer who turns all who meet its gaze to stone. Gargoyles who once ruled the skies and reduced mortals to quivering puddles of fear, until the invention of the mirror. Today, it is mortals who wield the whip of terror and feckless, self-petrified gargoyles who sit upon rooftops as stern warnings. Interesting. And of course, Mr. Pink. An odd fellow who became a stand-up comic despite holding a doctorate in literature and philosophy. He does great impressions of annoying people, which is how he landed the part of Mr. Pink. But he sees the role as too sophisticated. If I wanted to pretend I was smart, I would have stayed in academia. Yes, I'm sure you would have. Final act! Wow. We got 2 whole heads. The White Castle, a plastic model of Castle Waxwayne, complete with a 3-inch figure of the Moon Goddess. While she herself commissioned this Castles of the Solar System series, most pious moonfolk didn't dare touch it for fear of divine retribution. It has since vanished from store shelves and fetches high prices at auction. It's quite pretty though. And then finally, we got Kudro! Found after completing the game, the lucky boy chosen from thousands of hopefuls to play the hero of this story. Audiences love his wire stunts and knack for action. However, his wooden acting abilities nearly killed the production. All his dialogue had to be cut and his face cleverly hidden behind other heads. That's pretty adorable. So there's 100 heads. And then there's hero heads as well. Wow. The sworn protector of the Moon Goddess, as Waxwayne's proudest knight, he fearlessly ran into danger and defended comrades in need. He was lauded for his bravery, but it turns out he was just some chicken-hearted loser who woke up with a magic shield one day and realised he could get away with it. Or what he could get away with. Fair enough. Ninja! An honourable shinobi who loathed treachery and believed only in fair fights. Naturally, he refused when his comrades suggested he just slip into the Black Castle and blow the tyrant sky high. But later, when the dead ninja spirit returned to the Moonwood, the leaves whispered a single word. Lame. An honest pirate, in other words, an oxymoron, in the service of the Moon Goddess, he battled marauders and monsters alike, and heaped every doubloon he found on the goddess without a twinge of regret. Was he selfless? No, the lucky guy was just born into money already. Most agree he was a hook-claw addict. And finally, the wrestler! An undefeated champion whose abs of steel were matched by a heart of gold. He even gave his fight money to local orphanages, but then the tyrant broke his winning streak and stripped him of his power. His pride broken, the wrestler ate and drank himself into debt, fell out with the crowd, and died a heel. Pretty good. These are cool. Well, final thing to do, we got some stories to do. And by do, I mean read. See, there's so many heads, that's so impressive, man. Picture books. Here we go. We got, I guess, 7 stories.
9 lives. All cats, even moon cats, have 9 lives. Behold, Castle Grizzlestein, aka the Black Castle. Doesn't sound very welcoming, does it? Not that this cat minded. The witch, lucky enough to be his mistress, one Esma Potts, had a nice warm kitchen with plenty of nooks, just the right size for a cat nap.
If I didn't know better, I'd think I had a sloth for a pet,
said the witch, who was wising up to the cat's hiding places. He remembered more exciting old days when he'd served the moon goddess instead. It wasn't always like this, he purred, signaling a flashback on the next page. Ah, Castle Waxwain, a palace so white you had to squint to find the doorknob. Its ruler, the goddess, had a special place in her heart for one particular feline. So when the tyrant stole Moonstone and Scissors and staged a rebellion, who do you think catapulted into action first?
meow.
The blitz may have been cut tragically short, but it was a life worth giving. Even after the whole moon realm had fallen, the cat rallied the goddess's most faithful subjects, determined to kitty-corner the tyrant right in his throne room. "Follow me, you dogs," he shouted to the 4 champions, and all of them, even the young knight who was allergic, did just that. The plan might have gone without a hitch had the knight not been such a hopeless chicken. Well, you can run over a cat twice, but you can never roadkill his spirit. The 4 champions had been slain, their powers scattered, but our dear feline never gave up on the goddess. He spent another life scouring the moon for any ally willing to fight for her cause. Thrice dead but undeterred, the cat tried his luck on the high seas. No danger was too distressous, no horror too heroific. Into the jaws of peril he leapt, and found it quite difficult to get back out. Would none take his side in this cold, cruel world? No, he had but 2 allies now, his feline pride and the love for the goddess in his heart. "I'll tackle that monster all by myself," he meowsed, "no matter how many lives it takes." But alas, what hope had one messenger of justice beneath the beefy legs of evil? Our protagonist quickly flipped to the end of this book in search of a happy ending. The sting of 5 lives lost and the acrid taste of disappointment were just too much to bear. It was then that he met Esma Potts. To be clear, this was no shining goddess. The witch was so ugly on the outside, so nasty on the inside, that the mooncat felt compelled to walk away. Until, that is, he realized they had a common goal. He decided to hold out hope for a special child the witch assured him was coming. Each night he gathered a few puppets and led them up to the Tower of Tribulations. But these were mere children, dreaming children. The brave ones died and turned to grubs, while the cowards who ran were enslaved in the kitchen. It was no use. After 7 messy deaths, our plucky feline had fought himself out. Yes, the goddess was beautiful. Yes, life was better once. But getting all worked up over the paradise he'd lost was blinding him to the joys of mediocrity.
Eat up, you mangy sluggard, so you can get some work done for a change.
Today's joy was snot-colored soup and a lecture, but at least he wouldn't starve. Home is where you hang your hat. He had 2 lives left, and this mooncat planned to sleep through them to their fullest.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so I guess all of these are gonna be just backstories, so yeah, I guess I'll just let you enjoy all of these. It's going to be pretty great.
Beaming Beauty. Once upon a time, there lived a princess named Beaming Beauty, and she was most radiant. Her father, the sun god and king of the solar system, was loved and revered by his subjects. One day, however, the hard-working sun was laid low by an undisclosed medical problem. Beaming Beauty was very concerned. "Without you," she said, "all will be plunged into darkness. I must light the world for you until you get better." And so she set off. Beaming Beauty first visited Mercury and Venus, her closest neighbors. "In the name of my father," she trilled, "let there be light." "Thank you, Princess," rasped Mercury. "But you needn't spoil us when the other planets get so little light to begin with." Tears of gratitude streamed down Venus's reddened face. "How thoughtful," said Beaming Beauty. "A little of father has rubbed off on you. I shall journey on." The next day, she paid a visit to Mars. "In the name of my father," she trilled, "let there be light." "You are too kind, Princess," groaned Mars. "I feel brighter already. In fact, I think the outer planets deserve a dose of your affections." The emotion in his voice was palpable. "Quite true," replied Beaming Beauty. "The sun's light belongs to every planet." On the following day, she went to Jupiter and Saturn. "In the name of my father," she trilled, "let there be light." "No, please," cried Jupiter. "Save your strength." "We use gas heat," Saturn added emphatically. "Any more toasty, and oh God, stay back, we'll explode. Explode with shame. For our frozen brothers grow colder every moment you lavish us with your warmth." "How awful," said Beaming Beauty. "The last thing I want is for them to suffer. Take care, my friends." Several days later, Beaming Beauty reached Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. In the name of my father, she trilled, let there be light. Shucks, managed Uranus. You're melting my heart. Sunlight is a luxury we ain't used to, miss, growled modest Neptune. You should go before... I'm not even a planet anymore, sobbed Pluto as he shrank away. Now, don't be silly, said Beaming Beauty. Being denied something your whole life doesn't make you unworthy of it. We aren't worthy, shouted all three planets at once.
If we were any unworthier, we might just die.
Really now, steamed Beaming Beauty. Are they that concerned about favoritism? What would it take for the planets to understand there was no shame in accepting a gift? And then she had an idea. Beaming Beauty gathered all the solar system together. I realize I've been unfair, so from now on, I shall visit all of you every day. Over my dead celestial body, said a small voice. Princess, added Mars, we fear you may be neglecting one of your other subjects, the one who needs you most of all. Who? Gasped Beaming Beauty. Why, the moon, of course. Her goddess has been lost, her whole realm plunged into darkness. Only you can save her. The planet stared at Beaming Beauty until she got the picture. How dreadful! I must depart at once. And so, all of the solar system, except the moon, lived happily ever after. The end. The buxom stops here. Meet Captain Gaff, the finest pirate the moon has ever seen. Rakishly he roved the turbulent seas, swashing more buckles and giving less quarter, running more rigs and plundering more coin than any other freebooter before him. Gaff was a legend. He loved battle, he loved treasure, he loved carousing with his mateys, but more than anything, he loved buxom beauties. Oh, yes. Every woman had a place in his heart, so long as she possessed the right visual appeal. Be they domesticated or sophisticated, sheltered or seasoned, royal or wenchly, conjugal or chaste, Gaff lusted after every pretty face on and off the open sea. If plying them with the usual flowers and love letters didn't work, what lovely lady could resist the romance of a good kidnapping? The captain's hideaway, Crabclaw Cove, was bursting at the seams with buxom booty. You see, this was what life was all about. A whole bouquet of pretty flowers to pluck and fresh young vixens to gently caress. To Captain Gaff, the beginning and end of a woman's worth was something to be cupped in both hands. Beauty. They had to be beautiful. No pirate wanted a bouquet of withered flowers. And the sad truth was, even the freshest vixens had an expiration date. All the moon knew of the stain this sea dog was leaving on the realm. Women lived in fear of being beautiful, or worse, unbeautiful. Men with attractive wives wanted to kill Gaff, and the other men hated that they couldn't be him. They mobilized militias, assembled vast armadas, but the legendary pirate took this as a challenge. After making off with their women and treasure anyway, he put the rest to the torch. Finally, Gaff's victims turned to the moon goddess. "Help us!" cried lovelies he had yet to lay hands on. "Stop him!" shrieked the concubines he'd cast aside. the goddess decided to cast a spell on Gaff to punish him. "You must atone for your crimes," she said, as 10,000 volts of magical justice coursed through the captain's depraved body. He awoke back in Crabclaw Cove. Fraught with concern, his beloved bevy of buxom beauties barreled toward him. But Gaff's eyes saw only hideous monsters. "Ah!" cried Gaff tragically as he swung his sword. And then they were gone. All the beauty he had amassed, a lifetime of trophies, destroyed by his hand. "Sink me sideways, Captain!" Gaff's loyal crew had heard the commotion. His crew? No, even his mates had transformed before his eyes. The captain had been doomed to view every other living soul as an abomination. And so he lost the friends he'd spent more than half his life with. All he had now were his island, his treasure, and his pirate ship. Little consolation without buxom beauties to hang the jewels on, and a crew to man the deck. His days of carousing were over. "Arr! The world be a worthless, empty place. All be darkness." Captain Gaff, pirate legend, was alone, and he would stay that way until his sins were forgiven. The Witch's Book of Recipes. Live from Castle Grizzlestein, it's Esma Pots and Pans. The only cooking show where a real certified witch, that's me, teaches you quick and easy magical recipes. The cat at the witch's feet tried to stifle a yawn. "Not this meow sheaf again. Don't you ever learn?" "What?" said the witch innocently. "Your last spicy surprise knocked the general right out of his stripes. All he wanted was a painkiller for his toothache." The witch shrugged. "No better way to forget one's pain than to put your mind on another." "Then what about the husband and wife who couldn't say what was in their hearts? Your frankly furnace only made things worse." "The truth shall set them free. Things have to get worse before they get better." The cat rolled his eyes. "I can see I'm wasting my time. Good night." "Must you always take the lazy way out?" But the feline was already half asleep when a knock came at the door. "Oh my, I wonder who today's special guest will be." It was one of the Castle Grizzlestein guard. "What's that? You've been sent here by your master? It's all in this letter?" Sweat formed on the witch's brow as she started to read aloud. "Madam Witch, my soldiers and puppets are miserable. They're up all night moaning and crying. I demand they be cheered up at once. Do you have a recipe for happiness? You don't know what it's like to be alone, rejected, with only the imaginary friend in your pillow to turn to. And neither do I. Just help them." "My goodness! A shred of kindness. Very well. Today's recipe on Esma Pots and Pans is Cloud9 Stew. Grab a pen and paper, because here comes that magic recipe. 30 glee shrooms from the Wild Waste, 3 wacti cacti, root to shoot, 1 bundle of vile vines sliced into rounds. Last but not least, 2 teaspoons of my secret spice, a little something you can find right in the castle basement. Ludicus Spoonicus. Bon appetit." The grub seemed less than eager to dig in. "What's that?
prove it works. The king will kill you if you don't check. Oh, fine.
The witch looked down at the floor.
Yin-yang, you slouch! Wake up! Have a sip of stew and put some zip in your step. Now!
The cat reluctantly sampled his mistress's brew. I'll have to hold my nose, but meow. Leaping litter boxes, this is good. Makes me all warm and fuzzy and... Oh, I feel perfect. I could die right now and have no regrets.
Oh dear! Did I overdo it with the secret spice? They say you can't appreciate happiness without a little tragedy. The secret spice, you ask? Why, it's snake's toxin, in moderation, of course. Oh, don't give me that look. If you want out of this hellhole, face it, you're just gonna have to go to heaven. But cheer up. I hear they have cable.
How Nebula's heart sank. Poor, poor Nebula, all alone. Poor little Nebula without a friend of her own. Why is it no one sees things my way? Am I the last idea in a desert of cliché? Outside my house I get stared at and mocked. In the streets I hear snickles and whisker-faws as I walk. I suppose I'm above them. It's they who are odder. Even Daddy and me are like oil and water. But if Mommy was still here, she'd tell me the truth about my real father, who was far less uncouth. And the galaxy from which I came. Look at these weirdos on Halloween night. This gaggle of ghosts, this wobble of whites. They claim to be townsfolk, all dressed up as spooks, as if I'd be fooled by these monstrous kooks. They're not even living. They're worse than undead. They just wear the costumes to play with your head. They aren't human like me. But oh, what's the point? What does it matter? The whole world's convinced I'm as mad as a hatter. In which case, it's time I made them all see. Armed with the truth, I'll set myself free. Oh, look, here's my daddy, their leader disguised. A ruse soon diffused in the blink of an eye. He won't call me Susan again. But what if the commotion drew some attention? Would the constable come? Would they try intervention? I checked if my neighbors had heard the hubbub. And there was old Frank, sinking back in the tub. Oops, a little mishap with the nearest appliance thwarted this neighbor's impending defiance. He wasn't human anyway. Well, that was the end of the tricking and treating, for soon not a single heart was left beating. All that I wanted was to see eye to eye. Why is it no one will be on my side? Wait, what is this? Are these demons awake? Quick, where's a torch? Find some acid, a stake. They simply won't die. No, they won't leave me be. There's no bringing monsters to justice, it seems. Unless, yes, there is an escape. A good way to leave all my captors agape. I know what sets me apart.
Gosh, can you believe her? Do you suppose it's a phase? She thinks she's a human. Well, we all have
My heart, it just sank, and my neck grew to 10 times its regular length. Will nobody save me from this Philistine throng? Oh, please, someone, take me back where I belong, to the galaxy from which I came. Mr. Pink gets a new job. Galahagrid Mulberry times a Westin, eminent scholar of all things clockological, was out of a job. The Land of Time's massive clock, which was supposed to tick its tock for all eternity, had zonked out after just an eon. The Sticky Wicked was finding a replacement clock hand, something that mystastical would never turn up. Galahagrid, better known as Mr. Pink, flew home to his wife and child in low spirits. "Get another job, you lout!" the missus shouted supportively. "Junior needs shoes!" Poor Mr. Pink had no time to mourn the loss of his beloved clock. No, starting tomorrow, every waking hour would belong to the great job hunt. Well, more like great sodding mess, as it turned out. Without the almighty clock to guide them, the Land of Time's populace had gone bonkers. Everyone was either working himself silly or sitting on his duff, drinking tea. Poor Mr. Pink got yelled at for bustling too slow and for relaxing too fast. There was just no place for steady, meticulous work. He got sacked his first day on the job. Back at home, Mr. Pink discovered his wife could turn new, frightening shades of red, and his son shrieked out a melody of death. Perhaps he would need to look into a longer commute. What with the price of fuel, he decided to haul it to the coast on foot. He was hoping to find work on the docks, but quickly discovered he wasn't up to the heavy lifting. Fortunately, the port was raided by the most aggressive of employers, pirates. Our intrepid bird inquired about any openings. And make no mistake, he looked sharp in his new job as the captain soared. He was ready to bring home some serious bacon. Well, that outlook changed when he saw what he was up against. The other guys had steel swords. He'd heard of swashbuckling, but nobody mentioned he'd be doing all the buckling. Home Mr. Pink went, and his wife had kittens. Well, more like a baby. While he was gone, the number of mouths to feed had gone up 33%. Mr. Pink crossed maintain dignity off his list of objectives. And actually, his new cotton candy stick gig didn't turn out to be so bad. No heavy lifting. All he had to do was hold himself straight. Sure, he was diabetic. His nose tickled, and he had to take a licking, but he could deal with it. Sadly, they trashed him the moment he got too fat. Poor Mr. Pink. Home sweet home. Had someone stapled his wife's eyebrows into that position? Do children always sound this mean when they laugh? Did he even have this many children? Mr. Pink's mind swam with troubling questions as he sought work overseas. One village was hiring wrestlers. After being hired for his sheer audacity, Mr. Pink stood in the ring. He walked away with not even enough fight money to pay his hospital bills. They pitted him against the champ just for shock appeal. After a painful stretch of rehabilitation, Mr. Pink returned home to find the place deserted. How cruel fate was. He longed to see his true love again. And so he climbed the clock tower. A lifetime of clockological study had been poured into this timepiece. Mr. Pink's blood, sweat, and tears. Why did some higher power have to mess everything up? It just wasn't fair. Then, out of nowhere, a rogue gust of wind snatched him off the tower. He watched the ground vanish beneath him. There was no fighting it. His wings were still recovering, and his heart was beyond recovery. Smack! Mr. Pink crashed into his beloved clock face. For better or for worse, fate had intervened, but his poor birdie body felt as though it might never move again. Enough, he whimpered.
Mr. Pink, you mustn't torment yourself.
It was the moon goddess speaking directly to him. I don't mean to question you, milady, but why exactly not?
Make no mistake, said the goddess. You are jobless, friendless, and your family has rejected you. You are hopelessly inflexible when it comes to rules. You have flabby muscles. Your combat ability is laughable. You have zero stage presence, and you can't even relax on a professional level. You are a borderline obsessive clockologist who is self-disciplined to a fault. All you know how to do is stand up straight. For most intents and purposes, you are utterly useless.
Mr. Pink blinked back tears as the goddess continued.
But try to look on the bright side.
Was there a bright side in all that?
You still don't see the world as a perfect job for you.
What job is that? Mr. Pink replied.
A clock hand.
At long last, Mr. Pink, goddess bless him, had found his true calling. The little bear that could. Once upon a time, a small and lovable bear lived on the moon. The moon goddess called him Little Bear and loved him very much. Little Bear and his 12 animal friends lived in a shining white castle, and they were all very happy. The goddess said to him,
Little Bear, you can play anywhere you want, with anything you like, but promise me you will never, ever touch these moonstones.
I promise,
was Little Bear's cheerful reply. But one day, when the goddess was away, Yin Yang the cat came up to Little Bear.
Meow, goodness. The goddess certainly thinks you are very special.
Uh-huh, said Little Bear.
I just love her to pieces, and she loves me right back. Ahem,
sputtered Yin Yang as he cleared a hairball from his throat.
Does she now? Then why won't she permit you to touch the moonstones? Love shouldn't have any rules. With the moonstones, you could be just as wise as her. You could live forever, just the same as she does.
One of the two moonstones was white and beautiful and brimmed with eternal life. The other was black and alluring and concealed endless knowledge in its depths. The second moonstone was just too much for Little Bear to resist. Eureka! The light of truth dawned within him.
The goddess has deceived us. The goddess has enslaved us. This is no paradise. It's a cage, and no better. Why? She's no goddess at all. She's just a witch.
Little Bear told all of his friends what he had learned.
You're just a slab of bacon, a ham sandwich in her grand lunchbox. You've been cock-a-doodle-dooped, but are you too chicken to fight back? You make it rain, but haven't you ever wanted to make it pour? She told you those were happy fangs, and you believed her.
Open your eyes, friends. This is revolution. Little Bear stole Calibris, the goddess's sacred scissors, and fought valiantly against the castle soldiers. When his 12 friends saw Little Bear's gallant struggle, their hearts swelled with courage, and they too joined the battle. The moon goddess returned when she heard about the brouhaha. Her face was filled with compassion and forgiveness. Little Bear, you made me a promise. Now be a good bear and give the Moonstone and Calibris back. Never, cried Little Bear as he slashed wildly with his new weapon. He tried not to look at her. One more second gazing at his dear, sweet goddess, and he might give in. Or worse, ask for a hug. We're free from you forever, he declared. The other 12 animals ran off after their new leader. Let's make our own kingdom, they said. And with Calibris, their bright new future, and their happily ever after, we're just a few snips away. The end.
Well, this was really cool, hearing the backstory of all the characters. Hey, and I got a trophy for it! Well, I guess this is it. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. And I'll see you for whatever happens next. Take care. Bye-bye.